Well, here at Hannah Sunderman and Ava Munson after Harlan's season ends in a state quarterfinal loss. Ladies, I know this is always the hardest part of the year, but what a ride, and just to get here is an honor of itself. Hannah, we'll start with you. What are the thoughts right now?
We're obviously feeling disappointed losing by that much, but we made it here, and that was the goal, and it was just a great team to be with all year.
Ava, your thoughts?
I mean, it's so sad, but they were a great team, and they had a great night, and they showed out, which sucks for us, but I love this team so much, and I wouldn't want to have ended anywhere else.
They've got length. What kind of challenges did their size present to you guys tonight?
They could block shots, and they moved the ball very well, and they're just a good team.
Yeah, they got a lot of tip outs, and that helped because, like you said, they had length. And I don't know, we just...
It's a 4-point game late first. And then it was 7 going into the second. You guys were very much in it. How were you feeling going into the second, and what went awry for you guys, you feel like, in the second?
I feel like we were shooting more than we were in the first. We weren't holding the ball so much, and we were getting a lot more kick-out threes and not shooting in the paint so much.
As a shooter, when you guys are struggling to hit shots and then you watch them basically not miss, how frustrating is that?
It's very frustrating. You just want to see yours go in just as much as theirs go in.
It's hard. I mean, they had 14 threes tonight. I don't know how many we had, but they executed.
Defensively, what were you guys trying to do to contain that? I know it was really hard.
We just tried to move and get hands up, but they penetrated the lane very well, which got kickouts, which got their threes, which we couldn't help.
Heck of a run to get here. Speak to that and what that means to end your season at Wells Fargo Arena.
I mean, that's the goal of the season, to come here. And we are 1 of 8 in the 3A seed, which is amazing. And I wouldn't have wanted to end anywhere else.
I agree with Ava. We wanted to get here. We ended a little sooner than we thought, but at least we got here, and it was just a great team to be with all year. It was so much fun.
All right, Coach, I know this is always the hardest part of the season. What was the message to the girls tonight?
After the game, we just talked about how pleasurable this season was. These girls care about each other so much, and it's one of those seasons where everybody's getting along and everybody played hard for one another, and that doesn't always happen. So it's a special group. Obviously, they ended where we wanted it to end, maybe a couple games too short of. But when you finish your season here at Wells Fargo, you've done something special.
Held pace for most of the first quarter. It was a 7-point game going into the second. How were you guys feeling after the first, and where do you kind of feel things went awry in the second?
We got some decent stops, but then we gave up 0 boards, and next thing you know, second chance points gave them a little separation in that first quarter. Second quarter, however, holy cow, the threes started going one after another, and they were 8 for 16, shooting 50% from the arc that second half, and Meester dominated inside. It was hard to get points in the paint for us.
Yeah, this is the Mount Vernon team that, they're an all right 3-point shooting team, but not phenomenal, and they shot 59% tonight. How frustrating is that?
It's pretty frustrating. It doesn't matter. We played 3 different types of defenses, and we went back to 3 different types of defense, and it didn't matter what we played. It just the nets were on fire. It was I hadn't seen nothing like it. And usually you come down here, and it's a harder place to shoot, but apparently not for Mount Vernon.
And early on, I know their size gave you guys some challenges, eventually able to work around that, but speak to what they were able to do defensively.
They got that shot blocker in the middle, so then you get sit in that zone, and you can get out and put a lot of pressure on the guards out top just because you have a rim protector, so it just makes it tough to score against that.
You mentioned, to end your season here is obviously a big accomplishment. I'm sure it's kind of raw in the moment, but what does it mean to end it here?
It means that you put a lot of time in, and not only did you put a lot of time in, you worked on your craft, not just during the season, but in the off season on your own. It's a lot of miles in the car as a young child, going from tournament to tournament, playing AAU basketball, going from state to state, and it's just special when you're here, and you get to meet a lot of special people too, a lot of special coaches, and just be around winning people and people with winning attitudes.
4 seniors that played their final game tonight. What can you say about them?
Great group. We just talked about, after the game that they have a special place in my heart, and they always will. It's one of these groups that just you can look at them, they just care for one another. I care for them, they care for me, and they care for their teammates, and that doesn't always happen. So it was a fun season and a fun group to work with.